And welcome into Where is the Love? And we know having a date night is important to the healthy of a long-term relationship, but what about double dating? Licensed therapist Dr. Misty Smith of ConvenientTherapy.com joins us to answer that question. So yeah, we know that you want to have date night. That's
Right.
important for the health of a relationship. How is double dating though helping?
Well, Mike, there's this book called The 30-Day Love Detox, and it actually talks about the research that's been done on couples that find themselves more attracted to each other when they're on a double date versus when they're on a single date.
That's interesting, because wouldn't it kind of take the romance out of the situation?
Well, you might think it would take the romance out of the situation, and romance maybe. However, we're talking about people tend to try harder when we are on a date with other couples.
Okay.
We're always trying to maybe that male-male competition, female-female competition, and so it's fun for us to see our significant other in their public persona versus their persona that we see at home every day. So it's good.
Well, if you're at a restaurant, though, the only problem is for the guys, you got to sit at the table a lot because the women constantly have to go to the bathroom. What are y'all doing in there? No, I'm kidding. It's just a joke. But what if the other couple's boring, though?
Well, my rule of thumb, Mike, is to always give couples a couple of chances because it's like a first date. You never know how it's going to turn out, and it is very nerve-wracking. So we're very, worried about what we're going to wear, what we're going to say, where we're going to go, if we're going to mess up. So give them a chance.
All right, and some people that know me will say, well, you're boring, Mike, and I agree. All right, so what if there's a couple out there saying, you know what, my relationship is fine, and I know you've touched on this already, but expound a little bit more, why do I need this? Because I know at some point, if you are just your couple, you're never out with other people, you're kind of isolated though, aren't you?
You do. You isolate yourself, and a lot of, I do this with my clients. Our lives consist of like a pie, like use a pie chart. So, some people's lives don't need quite so much social interaction, and some people's don't really need any. But for a lot of people, you feel like you're missing something if you don't have that.
Okay.
So it enhances and enriches your relationship and your life to be able to include that in there.
So it's somewhat of a support system. So is it okay though to have, overlapping friends, shared friends?
It is. It is. I want to go back to the support system, though.
Okay.
It is a great support system for you to have other couple friends, because when we look at having single friends, they don't necessarily encourage us quite so much when we are having issues within our marriage, especially if they're divorced. They might not lean towards the encouragement.
Okay.
So having couple friends gives you the opportunity to talk to other people who know exactly what's going on in your relationship, or they know what you're going through. And then with overlapping friends, absolutely, it's wonderful to have overlapping friends, because today there's this great opportunity for infidelity and a whole lot less restriction for most people. They don't necessarily put those boundaries on themselves. So when we have overlapping friends, there is more accountability and people that care about both of you and not just one of you. And so it takes some of that opportunity off the table.
That is interesting. Okay, so then some people are asking out there, I don't get out much, we work so much, we're busy, we have kids, so how do you find, the right couple to want to go out on a double date with?
Okay, so this is, again, just kind of like first dates. You have to figure out what couples are going to be interesting to you. So at work, look for the people who are married.
There's nobody here at work. No, I'm kidding.
So work is a great place to start,
right.
or church small groups, or if you get online, there's meetup.com, and they have couple groups that meet for movies and different things like that.
And so picking the right thing to do, talk about that.
Right. So again, if you go on a first date and you sit at dinner, you are struggling for what to say and how much you need to say. It's the same thing with a double date with couples. So, pick something like a sporting event, or
bowling.
Bowling would be great, because it gives you that time to interact with each other, but it also gives you a little time to get up and kind of get out of the situation and be yourself.
Jello fighting, I guess, would be. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe not so much.
So large group activities, you mentioned this. What about that?
So, have a game night at home at your house. Invite several couples over.
So more than just one couple.
Right,
okay.
because again, that intimidation factor is there when it's just two couples and if you don't know each other very well.
All right, and what do you mean by compromise?
Compromise. We always have to compromise, because you may not love your wife's best friend's husband.
Okay.
However, any time spent with your wife is a great, it's time well spent.
Okay.
So make some sacrifices and compromises so that you can do that a couple times.
All right, some good tips. So get out there and double date. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
All right, JJ's up next. JJ.